Welcome back to episode 76 of G'day from the USA. I'm your host, Lady Amanda, and I thought it would be fun to have a chat about what it's really like for an Australian living and working in the USA. My co-host this week is the one and only Southern Belle, Ashley.
Hey, y'all.
It is so amazing to have you back.
Oh, my gosh. I'm so excited. Thank you for having me back.
Well, there's more to the story than that.
There is more to the story.
There is way more to the story. Do you want to discuss it or shall I?
I think you should start into it.
Okay.
And then
You'll
let's get
chime
to
in.
It. Oh, of course.
Okay. We are here live
in
Dothan, Alabama.
Dothan, Alabama.
The peanut capital of the world.
Absolutely.
Now, I don't want to pat myself on the back.
You should.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Shall we tell the story of the peanuts?
Yes.
So, do you know the story? Or should I?
I mean, I feel like you have even learned
I've
more
invested.
than you've invested some time.
Okay. So, picture, if you will,
Right.
a huge peanut, like a fiberglass, maybe 5-6 foot high.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe even a little more.
Yeah,
What would
it
you
can
say?
be.
6,
Depending
7?
on how it's shaped or what it's supposed
Yeah.
to.
So in general, they pretty much look the same, but they've been decorated.
Right.
Like the Dothan Police Department has one that is Sergeant C. Stopper.
Yeah.
Like with his little belt with his gun and all that on it.
Yep.
So I have set myself a challenge this week
Yes, she has.
to visit all 82
82.
peanuts.
So having lived in Dothan all my life, and I don't even honestly know when or where or how or what year they started putting these peanuts around.
Okay, so one girl today told me, side note, I'm up to 60 of 82.
Yeah. Wow.
61, sorry.
That is amazing.
A girl told me today that she said they started in 2008.
Okay.
I call bullshit because today I went to the Civic Centre
Yes.
downtown.
Yep. The Civic Center.
And there was the breast cancer one, and it had a plaque on it that said 2002.
Ah.
So I did believe her up until this point.
Now, yeah, because you know what? She herself does not even
Sorry,
know.
that was me.
What was that?
And knocking stuff left, right, and centre.
It's okay. So yeah, I think you have done an amazing job. You have literally done what probably no Alabamian
Has done.
has done.
And I've been here like a week.
You know, yeah, and I cannot wait. My goal is to get you out there on the news or either on like the radio station or something.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I think it's a fun story. I mean, we need some fun
Yes.
stories. This is like a smaller town-ish, if you... but
Okay.
not really.
You sold it to me as a smaller town. So in my head, I had cute little country town. Not so much.
Okay, but that was the city circle. But now, the other little towns that I took you to,
Yes, like Newton.
Newton and Midland City, Pinkard, like outside of the Dothan City Center.
Gorgeous. Today, a lady told me I need to see Headland. She said it's
Yeah.
a cute little city square.
It is a city square.
She said it's like 10 miles up the road and stunning.
It is. It is super cute. And in that square, I know they do a lot of Christmas and fall events.
I love that.
Because it's like this big patch of land and square, and it's just really cute. Headland is really nice too.
Yeah, I was going to go there today, but it started hammering down and I was just
know.
like,
What do you think about this crazy weather?
so many things about Alabama surprised me.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with when I got to Louisiana. Okay, so I'm at the border of Texas and Louisiana. And I go into the little welcome center and then I just walk around outside and they've got like a lake.
Okay.
And I see this sign and it says, do not feed the alligators. Immediately I'm like, oh my God, there's alligators. Like I'm so excited by this. And I see an alligator.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like a young one, but
Yeah.
so that was my journey of alligators. Because
Yes.
then from then on, every body of water you're like, oh, yeah, there's alligators in there.
Absolutely.
Don't think I was 100% prepared for that. I knew there were alligators in Florida.
Yeah.
But did I think that they were just in every body of water? No.
And the thing is like, you know, usually they do a good job, like people's ponds and stuff. But have you noticed, remember how I pointed out when we were driving how there are fences around people's ponds? Because if there is a body of water, like, you know, across the street, say.
Right.
Then there's most certainly the opportunity for an alligator to move around and end up in a pond. In fact, one of my uncles, one of my uncles, he had a pond in his front yard, and across the street and down in the swampy little area that was like attached to nobody, like someone's land. I don't know the cities. I'm not sure, but there it was a little alligator had come and got into his pond and found him a new place. And this alligator ended up growing to be about 6-7 foot.
Whoa. Was it like a pet?
Yeah. And it was crazy because his name was Mo.
Oh.
And
did they have a good relationship? Like, could he feed him, pat him?
Couldn't touch him. He didn't want to touch him, but he definitely would get out like raw chicken with tongs and like feed him. Not only that, but I didn't believe it until he told me. He would literally say, hey, come out here, be careful. Though, you know, he always made sure our safety was fine because Mo got big very quick.
Yeah.
But he was like, you'll never believe this. He says, do you see, like, or you look around, do you see any alligator anywhere? I'm like, no, I don't want to really. But he would literally, they had a relationship because he would literally call him out and he would be like, Mo.
What? And Mo would come?
He would say, Mo, Mo, you know, and all of a sudden you see these beady little eyes pop up out of the water, and he would come and get his meal.
I love this.
The only downside to all of this was that my uncle was technically legally blind.
Oh, no.
Feeding him chicken.
No.
I mean, what?
That can't end well.
Right. Yeah. I mean, luckily Mo was kind of chill.
Can you hear the thunder?
Yeah, I can. It's thundering out here. This weather is cray-cray.
We skipped over that question. You asked me about the weather and then it just skipped on.
Yeah, and then we started talking about alligators.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Mo.
Woo. But, well,
I wouldn't mind a Mo.
Well, R.I.P. Mo. Yeah.
What?
So when my uncle got pretty sick and had to go to like an assisted living, he couldn't live it. He couldn't live it on his own anymore. And he's passed now, my uncle. But the alligator obviously was not afraid of humans. So the only option that they had to do.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, they couldn't relocate?
They did not relocate.
Did they eat him?
And they just euthanized him.
Oh, that is such.
It was a tragedy because Mo was kind of cool, man. I mean, like, he really, like, he never.
That's really sad.
Yeah, I think he really formed a bond. I mean, he came over as a little baby alligator and then grew up. And then when.
Is it legal to have one?
I think you have to have permits and stuff. I do not believe it's legal to have them.
Yeah. Ashley has 3 pugs that are hugging their way around the kitchen.
If they start to fight, you guys are in for a treat.
I worry for us if that happens. They are so amazing for me. So Ashley goes off to work. They're great for me. I think when she gets home, they start like vying for her attention. Yeah, is where the problem happens.
I think all 3 of them have imprinted on me, but then they like fight for the attention. Not only that, but my OG Ruby girl is just mean.
She has a little bit of a streak.
She's
She has a southern streak. It's almost like she's the one that's what's that saying? Like if they say bless your heart.
Yeah.
Okay, so I took a thing today to show you.
Okay.
God, that thunder is the weather here is insane. It is hot. Like I'll walk outside right now and I will be sweating in 3 seconds.
Hot,
yet
humid.
It's hammering down rain. It just makes it more it's like being in a sauna.
It's crazy weather right now.
Cray. Okay.
And depending on how long you stick around, you will come to see September is usually, I have a feeling September is going to be a rough hurricane season. So we're going to have to buckle down.
Yet half
I know.
Okay, so I saw this today. In the South, honey can be a term of endearment or a dire warning.
Oh, yeah. It's all about...
made me scared because I've heard a lot of people like, hey, honey, what can I get you?
Okay, well...
Did that sound American?
Not at all. Okay. That was cute, though. No, it's all about the presentation. Yes, it can be either or. Cause like,
so say it in both ways. Like give us a demo so I can know what to look out for.
Right. Okay. But I feel like most what you've probably heard was endearment. You know,
I hope so.
Well, I mean, okay, so you walk into a store, I'm assuming, and they're like, "Hey, honey, how you doing?"
Right. Very cute.
Hey, honey.
Hey, honey.
Darling. Hey, sweetie.
What can I get you, baby?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Love it.
Yeah. But then again, and you know, you always know the difference, I would imagine, because if I were to have something I needed to say and I was like, in a mood about it. It's just, I'm trying to say that. I'll be like, honey, you need to stop. You need to stop. You know, so it is about
it's
like
the tone.
It is the tone. And then the whole thing becomes, instead of endearment, it's kind of like insulting. Like be like, okay, honey. Yeah, right. You know, you're not going to win this argument. Like, bless you.
What I have learned is don't even try arguing with someone from the South because I would never win. Definitely not.
I can teach you some things.
Okay.
I mean, you know, it is really interesting because, we both, like, let's just call it like it is. We know we're both really good people, you know?
I think so.
And we know this.
And I feel like we're very friendly to people. Like they are very friendly back because we're friendly as well, you know?
It is all the way that you present yourself and you know, because like I said, you know, we've had some pretty amazing experiences with the people so far. Amazing. Right? And it's not even been that long since you've made it.
Seriously.
And so it's just kind of like, I think we've really, you know, we definitely can be good, like ourselves and stuff in certain situations. Yeah. And I think we give off really good positive vibes for the most part. I will say not on you, on me for the most part, because just as I can be so sweet.
You can slit someone's throat.
Verbally. Yes. My words can cut down to the core, and I do.
Where did you learn this?
I'm going to go with my mother. Okay. I love, you know, Lala.
Love Lala.
We love Lala. She is
it's
a
amazing.
Good,
Give
strong
you the shirt
woman.
Off her back.
She
so sweet.
She'll do anything, but she can be a turd. And I think that she definitely bestowed upon that to me the sass. I mean, it's just all about the sass. And that is most Southern folk. I'm not going to lie.
It's interesting watching both of you together, like your
banter.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm never quite sure if you're joking.
Right.
Or there's going to be like a scrap fight happen in front of my face. I'm never quite sure.
And, you know, and I did warn you.
You did warn me.
I did. I was like, listen.
But I think I didn't even was like, oh, yeah, no worries. And then when I saw it in action, I was like,
Yeah. Sometimes I will look over at you and you'd be like, your eyes are wide. And I'm like, oh, no, we're fine. That's just the banter.
We're just playing. Yeah.
So, and I think it's the Southern way. We are very kind, genuine people for the most part, super kind. But can we hold our own?
What I have noticed in a lot of situations is, not always, but the first time I speak to someone, it's almost like they're a little guarded. Like I'll go to get some help in the store and it's like, yep, Like they sort of just look at me like, yeah, what do you want type thing.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, hey, how's it going? And then they sort of relax into it, and then they're really lovely. But I have noticed that it's sort of not standoffish. It's like a little guarded, like, how can I help you? And then the second that I start talking and be like, oh, look at this, like, how are you? But they're suddenly
ease up a bit.
Nice as pie and but the first instinct is sometimes which is sort of, I'm never sure how to take it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think a lot of it too is like, we're kind of like living in a weird time, right?
Right.
So what you're kind of coming down into right now, and I think I'm not getting into politics. We are not.
No.
What I'm going to say is we are coming into a time where a lot of people are feeling a lot of ways. You've left more of a Democrat type.
This is true.
So that's where I'm saying, like, it's not
Washington
even
was very blue,
right. So, and it's not even,
and I've been literally going through the red states,
right. And so you're coming more now into more of the Republican conservative, and that's fine. I think it's not something to take personal. I don't. I know you don't, but it's just like, it's more of like, we're just living in a weird time where a lot of people are really worried and wondering what's going to happen and with everything going on, not to mention like, like what we get everywhere, like, health care and insurance and for both patients and healthcare workers. And that's just the start of it. Right. Also, inflation and not being paid well enough and things like that.
Okay. I've got to say, if we can go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
The wages here.
Wages.
I don't quite understand how someone can afford to live.
Right. And that's why, there are several people that have to pick up a couple of extra
I can see that
type job things.
So just for fun, I went to Outback Steakhouse. I had to go to AT&T and next door was the Outback. So I was like, let me go suss this place out. So when I spoke to the manager and I said, what do you pay? And he said, well, the waitresses are $2.13. And I'm like,
excuse me?
Huh?
Yeah.
A minute? Like what? And he's like, $2.30. And I said, and how much would they make in tips? And he said, it depends on the day, the customers. One shift could be $40, another could be $200. Like it just all depends. So I'm like, an entire day's work for $40.
Yeah, and dealing with like
couldn't do
customer service, which is it can go one way or the other.
Couldn't do it.
I mean,
but I see a lot of jobs. He did say the kitchen makes 15.
Okay.
And I want to say the hostess was maybe like 7 or something. Like it was,
yeah.
All in all, it was pretty shocking. But I see a lot of signs like at, let's say, Bojangles, which is like a McDonald's type thing. And they have like a sign outside, like flashing, like as you drive past, and it's like $10 an hour. So I'm going to guess the average like wage here is very low.
It is pretty low.
And cost of living, I mean, yes, housing is cheaper, but food still costs the same. Some things are slightly cheaper, but like I bought a pack of drinks and it was the same as what I would pay in Washington.
Right. And that's the thing. And so mostly I think it's for like right now, I think like, well, for one, all around the country, the interest rates on houses is high.
Yes.
Anywhere, all states. It doesn't matter.
Like 7%.
Yeah. It's around 7%. So there's that, which is lame. There is also groceries are incredibly expensive now, no matter where you are.
I don't feel like they're cheaper here, do you?
No, I don't. In fact, there's a couple of things that I actually feel like were cheaper in Washington because they are healthier. Like, come on, people from the South. Let's get it together.
It is true that I see a lot of fried chicken places.
We don't need no more chicken places.
No. Let's talk about food because we have had some cool experiences.
Yes.
What would you say your number one thing while I've been here has been to eat. Because I have a clear favourite in my head.
That we've eaten
together.
Okay, so together.
Yes. It was a standout.
Yeah. I think it was at the donut hole, right?
Nope. I mean, they were good, but no, there was one thing we ate that.
Yes. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Amanda tried for the very first time.
Yes.
She tried a fried green tomato.
Oh my God.
What? Just go ahead and give it
1,000 out of 10.
Wasn't it
I
good?
have never had something so delicious. And it came with what sauce did she call it?
Something like remoulade.
Yeah.
Remoulade. It's kind of like it had sriracha in it.
Yes,
Sriracha,
but
is how
it
you say
wasn't too spicy.
Not too
and
spicy.
it just elevated
Right.
the taste of the fried green tomato.
Right.
Now, was shocked. I didn't expect a fried green tomato to be green.
Right, yeah.
I just thought that was, a joke on it.
No,
and it was just going to be a red tomato. It was green, but it was cooked in, what would you say, like breaded?
She called it but it was the cornmeal.
Cornbread.
Cornmeal bread.
Oh.
Yeah. And it was so crispy, wasn't it? It was
I
like
really
the crunch.
want to place another order for those.
Me too. So what I did is
Can we do a takeout?
Perhaps Uber Eats.
Oh my God. Ashley has
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
She is she's introduced me to this. Okay, because I live so far up the mountain that nothing was delivered. You couldn't get a pizza. You couldn't get a single thing.
No.
Never in my life have I had anything delivered. I mean, obviously in Australia, you could have a pizza or whatever. But what did we order? Some sandwich thing.
We ordered some groceries once.
Yeah, that was trippy because I was like, I can just run down and
like,
buy the milk.
I was like, no.
And she's like, no. But she sells it well because I'm like, no, don't be stupid. Like, I'm happy to go get it.
Right.
And she's like, but these people need the jobs.
Yeah.
And when she said that, because I knew that they would get like $2 an hour, I was like, oh,
and that's
you're actually right.
Right. And then if you, like happen to just, for example, the lady that brought us the sandwiches that we got
wish
the
I
other
had
day,
seen her.
I wish you would have seen her too because,
I was in the bath.
you were in the bath. You were just relaxing. I wish you would have seen her though because you could tell that she had to have a little extra income. And I'm not being that in a mean way, but that's just kind of what it is.
Like she was hustling.
Yeah, she literally was hustling. So her doing that was another, I could tell that was not her only form of income.
Right.
She was doing that on the side too. And so that was for me, like, number one, like when I was tired, I'd worked or whatever, and I got home and then I just didn't feel like leaving again. But
and
then,
I did say, I'll go get it.
Yeah, you did. And I was like, no. We're going to give,
And then when she said about we need to give them the money, I was like, oh. And I'm going to put it out there. Please don't be embarrassed.
I'm not embarrassed.
You are such a generous tipper.
I am a really good tipper.
Like, exceedingly good. Like, and then when we hear I'm very much about chatting to the waitresses and finding out their stories and whatever and asking questions. Like, I'll say, like, what do you guys get paid? Whatever.
Yeah.
And then I ask questions like, do you prefer cash or whatever? And they're like, cash, like definitely whatever. So I have made a promise to myself to go get cash from an ATM and have that just for tips. And I have not done it. So can you please hound me till I do it?
I will because, yeah.
I just don't even know where to find a bloody ATM these days. Seriously. Maybe I need to just go to Walmart and do a cashback or something.
Yeah, you can do that.
Maybe pull out $100.
Yeah. I think that's the max you can do at a Walmart.
Let me just get back to you. When we went to that fried green tomatoes, like Ashley told me she tipped 50%. And our waitress, Kat with the K, was absolutely lovely.
Yeah, she was so great.
But Ashley's really generous. And it sort of does warm my heart because I can see these people are working for little.
Yeah. And then she started talking about about her son and everything like that. And just like, she's working hard. Like, she sat there they closed at 9 and we were there right up until almost closing time. And the thing is I was like, oh, I know you've got things that you've got to do. And, you know, and she's like, yeah, we've got, but she still sat there and wanted to chat with us and stuff, knowing that even though they closed at 9, she probably won't get home till like 11:30 at night.
Right.
You know, but
and even though we said, oh, we'll let you go or whatever, she's like, no, I've really enjoyed talking to you.
Yeah.
And no question was off limit. Like I said, you don't have to answer this.
Right.
But I'm like curious as to, do you get to keep your tips yourself or do you have to like split them up?
Right.
And she told us she gives 1%. I've been dwelling on this point. She said she gives 1% to the hostess,
right,
and 1% to the bar.
to the bartender.
So does that mean every $100 of tip she gives $1 to each? That makes no sense. Is it of the value? Like if we bought $20 of drinks, she'd have to give $2.
That I don't know, because
Do you know what I mean? That makes no sense otherwise.
I don't know either, because it's just, or is it for the entire night?
But let's just say she made $100 of tips.
Okay.
Giving $1 each to them is nothing. That doesn't make sense.
But it
has to be a percentage of what
the
value of the food is or something, surely.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. It's very interesting. And then the fact that, like, I mean, because I've never worked in that kind of customer service. I've never been a server or whatever. You know, I worked in like I worked at a grocery store.
Yes.
The Winn-Dixie.
I was about to say Piggly Wiggly, but yes, the Winn-Dixie. God.
Winn-Dixie.
What is the nickname for it?
For what?
Winn-Dixie. Like Piggly Wiggly, it's called the pig.
Yeah. No, it's just Winn-Dixie.
Oh, not the Win.
Yeah. No, but you got to call Piggly Wiggly the pig.
The pig.
You're like, I'm going to go to the pig today and pick up.
I've never been to the pig. And the reason is because every time I've driven past and I really want to go, I'm like, no, I'll wait for you.
Please wait for me, because I'm going to tell you, you will have an amazing experience. The one near Mama's house, the one down, okay, so you know you've seen it, right?
Has it got a feed store attached to it?
Yes.
Yes. That's the one I keep passing and I really want to stop, but I have not.
Okay. Yeah, because I am telling you right now, those people are lovely.
Oh.
So remember the morning where I had to go and we were making, it was Cooper's birthday waffle morning.
Yes.
I did not have vinegar and I did not have red food coloring for these red velvet waffles.
I'm not going to lie.
What did you think?
Bloody delicious. You were slaughtered by your family for not using a packet.
Yeah.
I was shocked by these comments because normally it's like, oh, you used a packet? Like, well, you didn't make them from scratch. But here it's the opposite. Ugh, you're making them from scratch. Why aren't you using a packet?
Well, I won't say here. I will say with my family, because I'm going to tell you right now, my mom because most people would love something made from scratch.
That's what I would have thought.
My mom is the one exception, because she will say, and she did. She was like, other than my grandma who worked, she was like kind of the lady of the house. So she's like, I have cooked for my family since I was 8 years old. She was cooking.
Your mom?
My mom was cooking meals at 8 years old.
That's amazing. But
still,
that is even more confusing, because she should appreciate a home cooked meal instead of a packet mix.
The thing is I guess she can cook so well. And sometimes, like, if I really, really, really ask nicely, she will do it, but
what is her meal of choice? Like, if there was one meal she was known for.
My mom really, now, like I said, she is at this point in her life where she would much rather, like, say during Thanksgiving, like an amazing, like, dressing, like a cornbread dressing, but with all the fixings and everything. So now she'll place an order. Now, don't get me wrong. It's good because it is homemade, but this woman is making a killing because she's doing the things that the ones don't want to do. Right. Because you have to make, the night before, you have to make your egg bread. Yeah. To make this, so it's like and don't ask me how to make it, because I don't. She has a cookbook that I can't wait to get my hands on one day and try to learn, because a pinch and a dash, I mean, what does that even mean? Remember we talked about that.
I do remember.
And so I think, like, she can herself make a phenomenal like dressing that can go with like a Thanksgiving meal. And I hope that if you come and you're here at Thanksgiving,
I get to experience it.
I'm going to be like, Amanda you cannot not make your dressing.
You can just like officially ask me to come to Thanksgiving and I'll come.
Yeah. Well, you're officially invited.
Thank you.
I think it's been established that you're like family now, right?
I 1000% have felt like family.
Okay. That's good because
Like I literally just walk in the back door now. I don't even knock.
No.
I'm just like,
if you knock, we're going to think you're like really a stranger. Like,
Yeah.
We get worried if, don't knock ever.
yeah, no, everyone, your family is so sweet.
They are good
Like
people.
1000%, just straight away. They're like, we love you, bye. Like,
Yeah.
call me the daughter, the sister. Like,
Yeah.
I fully feel
And
that
I mean,
I'm part of the family.
yeah. Bubba.
Let's talk about Bubba. Terry.
So Terry.
Seems weird because when I think it was your mum said Terry and I was like, looked at her like, huh? And
Yeah.
she's like, Bubba. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah. So Bubba is such an amazing human.
yes.
He is 66 years old. He's the oldest brother of my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And I can only imagine by the good Lord above, because it's usually not like this. He just, like I said, celebrated his 66th birthday and he has Down's syndrome.
Yes.
He is a phenomenal human. And I'm a little
Sweetest,
jealous.
kindest heart.
Because how many presents have
I'm
you gotten?
not going to lie. He is an amazing drawer. I don't know
Yeah.
if that is the technical word for it. An
Well, it
artiste.
just sounds like you said drawer, like a pull-out drawer, but you could drawer.
No, drawer. What's
You-
a better word for this?
Yeah, like he's a drawer,
Just
not a
say
drawer.
drawer.
No, anyways, yes, he is an
Drawer.
artist,
An artiste.
an artiste.
So he does these incredible drawings. And I honestly am being conservative when I say I've probably got 30 of them.
Yes,
Like when I go over there, he'll give me a stack,
yes. Like she needs to get like a
a
notebook.
book or something to put them
Yeah.
all in because I have them everywhere. I've got one on the fridge, which is a hot air balloon.
Mm-hmm.
He's really good at his use of colour.
Yes,
There is one thing I've asked for that he has not fulfilled, and he not for lack of trying.
he has tried so hard.
So
hasn't
hard.
he?
Like he has gone to every thrift store looking for a book or
Mm-hmm.
something to find a squirrel.
That is his mission.
Yes, because I said of all these amazing like dogs, cats, like cars, everything, I was like, you know, it would make me really happy and I would frame and put on the wall a squirrel.
And that is his goal. He wants,
Yes.
this is what he wants. He wants you to put, because that would just make his whole entire day.
I literally
month,
will
year.
go get it framed.
Yeah. I mean, and he really, when we went thrifting the other day and we took him with us and he was
Yeah.
like on the hunt.
Yes.
I think he looked through
Every
every
book.
page, every book of everything, and he wanted it so bad. So I love bestowing gifts, as you know, upon people.
Ashley is a very generous, well, as we've established, a very generous person. But yes, you are a great gift giver.
I don't want to toot my own horn.
Toot it.
Toot. But I will say this. I really, 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 really love giving gifts. Like,
Yes.
and not because that's the way. I mean, I show my affection, but that I like to see someone's face light up. So what I'm going to do for Bubba
Oh.
is he loves receiving packages.
Oh.
So, I mean, just because I make sure that it has his name on it.
Yes. Gets delivered.
Gets delivered to him. It is his. So what
Ooh,
I'm
the
going to,
thunder.
I know the thunder is getting crazy right now.
It's literally shaking the entire
It is.
house.
Our house is shaking. So what I'm going to do is, in fact, you know how so pretty the colors he has is because he had knee surgery, and this is while I was away in Washington, and he had knee surgery. So what I did was, he was going to be bored.
Yeah.
sitting around a lot. And I got him, and you should see it. I ended up, my sister loved it so much, I bought her one too.
Whoa,
Yeah,
what is this?
because she loves to draw too. I'm not into it, but so it is like these really fancy, nice color pencils. But, and not only that, but it comes in a case, and they each have their own little slot.
Oh, fancy.
And they flip. Like there's like, I would say about over 100 different colors.
Oh, wow. And I honestly think he's used every one of those.
Oh, absolutely. And in fact, he was saying, I mean, he's been sharpening them and stuff. He's like, I don't know, maybe by next year I might need another one. And I'm like, oh, good. That was like $70.
Wow.
But he's worth it. Every penny. Every penny.
He is the sweetest person.
He's so sweet. But what I think I'm going to do is, because he is on the hunt for the squirrel.
Yes.
I'm going to get on Amazon and I'm going to get him a few color books dedicated to squirrels.
Because I would go more than one. Like, I feel like I need a series.
Yes.
And I would literally frame each one, and I could have like a series of 3 or whatever on the wall.
Because you know he's going to make them super awesome looking.
Oh, my God. Yes.
Yeah.
And he's really good. He's like, what color do you want the dog to be or whatever?
Yes.
You know?
Yeah,
He's
he wants to.
really sweet.
He's so sweet. He wants to cater to you, to what he thinks you would like, and then the fact that you look at him and you're like, oh my God, these are amazing. That just makes his day.
It does.
Because
And then he's just so
works so
lovely when I go
hard.
over there. He's like, hey, sis.
Yeah, he's
How
just
you
you're the
doing?
fam jam, man.
Yeah.
You really
He's
a part of the
really good.
family.
Initially, when I met them all, I really struggled. Ruby is doing downward facing dog.
That's Hatchie.
That's awkward. It is. I can see the
Yeah,
hatchet mark on her head.
yeah, and
Ruby's at the door, scratching at the door.
she's.
Does she need to go out?
I mean, she.
I mean, you can run and let her out, and I'll just keep
Okay,
talking.
I will. No, I think she's just joshing us.
She's just joshing. Okay, so when I first met your family,
Okay.
I'm not going to lie, I struggled to understand them. It was because they spoke very Southern
Yes.
and very fast. So normally when I hear an American talk, it's like a slight delay between registering what someone has said and then my brain translating it almost.
Right.
So it's sometimes a slight delay. Like I'm like, huh? And then I don't say this out loud, but I'm like, huh? And then in my head, I'm like, oh, yes,
Right.
I'm fine, thank you, or whatever. But yeah, I was just listening to him talk, and it's so fast, especially your stepdad
Oh,
and
yeah.
Bubba. I struggle to hear them, and I think it's because they use maybe more slang words, or it's just everything. Every word rolls into each other, and sometimes I have to pay real hard attention, and I'm like, what are they talking?
Yeah, and sometimes, it's funny because I can tell whenever you're like, and I'm like, oh, would you,
Yeah, and Ashley like clear as day, and I'm like, what?
I'm like, oh yeah, they said this because
Yeah, because it's awkward because I don't like to keep saying, excuse me, you know what I mean? Or I might do it about twice, and then after, if I don't understand again, I'm
you're
just
just like, okay, and they'll be like, but do you? And you'll be like, I don't know what the question was.
What?
I'm lying. I
Yeah,
don't know.
sure. And then it's like, okay, let's go hunting. And what? No.
I'm just kidding. I don't want to kill anything.
Joke.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
luckily, I'm not, none of my family's really into hunting, but that is a huge thing here. And
Yes. I don't think I could do it.
no, I went one
Couldn't.
time. I went one time with a boyfriend, and he was like, this is the last time I'll ever take you. I'm like, good, because you didn't even, it was turkey hunting season. It was like a big deal. And it's like, who cares?
I mean, even though I like eating turkey,
Yeah.
just looking at something and then ending its life,
No, I can't.
I can't do it.
No,
Man,
it
call me
bothers
weak. I just,
No. Well, remember when I swerved to miss the turtle in the road?
We were driving. We went to Florida to Panama City Beach.
Yes.
And it was absolutely stunning. The water was crystal. But on our way back, there was a turtle crossing the road.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden we're like,
And I was like, oh my God, is he going to make it? Because I almost got him. And
Almost.
Oh gosh. And I was like, yes, I will wreck us before I hit this turtle.
Yeah. That's me with the squirrel on the road.
Yeah.
Like I
Yes.
will flip the car 8 times and then run out and be like, did the squirrel make it?
As you're like bleeding glass stuck in your
Exactly.
cheek. Yeah.
Exactly.
Same. And they're like, oh, that's ridiculous.
There's a law in Australia.
Oh, gosh.
This is true.
That you have to hit it?
Yes.
So don't sway.
It's like, yeah, if there's a dog runs out in the road, you're not allowed to like swerve or whatever. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do remember when I was going for my license that it literally said, I mean, you can try to brake, but yeah, you know how you often then cause another accident because you swerve into the next lane or whatever. I'm sure there is a law against it.
Yes.
Or a road rule, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. And I mean, it makes sense, you know, instead of like.
Because it just causes more accidents, really.
Yeah, it could. But I felt like there was definitely enough space for me to miss this
And
turtle.
there was no one next to us.
Right. No.
I would have done the same.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't.
Save the turtle. I
He was
wanted to go back.
Well, that was the thing, too. And remember how I slowed down and I made sure that, like, and then, so I know he made it because I seen, like, all the cars were slowing down behind us.
And then I'm, like, 99.999999 repetitive percent sure that I saw an armadillo dead on the side of the road.
Yeah, now so at first I thought it was a possum, but you're like, no, it had a hard shell.
It looked like a dark grey hard shell.
Okay, then it was an armadillo.
Can I just say, I'm really can't stop thinking about these fried green tomatoes.
I told you, well, we were trying to figure out a restaurant and I was like, okay, like I'm newer back, and then it popped into my mind the Firestone Grill or whatever. And I remember they did have very, very, very good appetizers. But then when we looked up the menu and we saw the fried green tomatoes, I was like, oh my gosh, because I knew that place was good enough to let me try that again, to deliver the perfect fried green tomato.
Oh, exceptional.
It was good. And did you so you liked that one sauce kind of pretty good or just nothing at all, but it was funny because she was like, do you need some ranch, to me? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was like, bring the ranch.
Ashley has ranch on everything.
Yeah, I could dip my ranch and eat it.
I think
delicious.
You probably could.
Yeah, everything, French fries and ranch, pizza, ranch, fried green tomatoes, ranch. But now sometimes they'll like that sauce actually was really good. The remoulade, whatever they called it.
I think she said remoulade or something.
Something like that.
Doesn't make sense because I don't think that's what a remoulade looks like. But
yeah, I know. I was like, no. But it was really, really, really good, and I definitely enjoyed it. It kind of reminded me of the sauce you dip the blooming onions in, right?
Yes.
It was similar.
It almost reminded me of like a mix between mayonnaise / tomato sauce, ketchup, and maybe a tinge of barbecue sauce.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hint of sriracha.
Yep. She said
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was really good. And sometimes they'll have like a southwestern style ranch or whatever. That's good too. Yeah. Because it has a little kick to it. But I mean, let's just get to the point. Fried green tomatoes.
Oh my God. What other southern food do I have to try? Because I keep seeing deep south signs.
Yes. I've heard I've got to take you to this place, and I've not even been there. It's called Mama T's.
Okay, I'm excited for Mama T's.
Mama T's, and it is a hole-in-the-wall place.
Love it.
But I know that because they're
my favorite.
They're the best.
Yep.
And however, there are a couple things that I'm even like, huh?
I will try them.
I know you will.
I will give anything a go once.
But the guy went and he said that he was at first a little bit sketched. Because it was like this.
Fully a hole in the wall. Do they call them greasy spoons here? I remember being in Louisiana. I was in New Orleans. And the taxi driver was like, go to this place. It's a greasy spoon. And it's like means it's like a hole in the wall.
No, I haven't heard that before. Okay. I kind of like it though.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's neat. We might have to pick that up. But then again, I don't like Louisiana that much for certain reasons.
What is your saying about Louisiana? No, was it Louisiana or Mississippi?
It's Mississippi. Thank God for Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Yeah, because Mississippi is a little bit, we just said, well, I'm not going to talk about Mississippi.
I drove through Mississippi and it seemed pretty.
It is very pretty.
I really want to visit Laurel, Mississippi.
Mm-hmm. I've heard really good things about that. And I will tell you this, despite what Mississippi may have like the least of educations and this and the other, and makes Alabama actually look kind of good. I will tell you some of those, and I don't like Ole Miss that much, the football team, but I will tell you Mississippi has like some of the prettiest, like most gorgeous, like, you know, their cheerleaders and stuff.
Ooh.
I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm like, holy crap. These Southern, they're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm telling you. So whatever Mississippi lacks and whatever, they make some pretty folk. I'm just saying. Yeah.
The people did seem very friendly when I stopped in Biloxi.
Oh, yeah. Did you go gamble?
No, I went to Dunkin' Donuts.
What? I mean,
I
it's
have
fine.
a cat.
Yeah,
I can't veer off the path at all.
That's true.
She'd be dead if I went in anywhere and came back out.
I mean, yeah. You could just put her, I mean, like, this is my service cat. We're going to go
Oh,
gamble.
we're both going. Is that what it's known for?
Biloxi is where you go.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's out by I believe it's close to the waterfront.
Huh.
Yeah.
How
Biloxi.
far is it? I mean,
There's
I drove from it.
Biloxi.
Is it about 4 hours, 3 hours?
Yeah, somewhere around there. Biloxi is one, and then Phoenix City, Alabama. Phoenix City.
Wait, you told me Alabama has no gambling.
Okay, so Phoenix City, is that what? Hold on. Now they're all acting crazy. Sorry, my dogs are being crazy.
Cray, cray.
No. Phoenix City. Okay, I know Biloxi. Maybe it's Biloxi.
Phoenix City's Alabama, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Biloxi, Mississippi. Yeah, I need to explore more of Mississippi, Tennessee, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
I did go into Georgia briefly. I was excited about that.
Yes.
Definitely Florida. I've technically been to, I think it was 13 states since I've left Washington. I think I'm on my 13th or 14th state.
Okay, so maybe that's where I even got it from. Gambling was a major part of Phoenix City, Alabama until the mid-1950s.
Okay, so there is some law.
There is a law now. Okay, so but anyway, so maybe that was
Gotcha.
some history on it. But yeah, Biloxi, huge. I know for a fact, huge gambling.
I have to do a little day trip, weekend trip.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see a little more of, even I think we need to do a New Orleans trip.
Oh, that's fun.
I mean, I've been, but I feel like I haven't experienced it.
Mm-hmm. And I saw where someone told you about St. Augustine.
I have been there.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
I would love to do it again.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd love to do lots of little trips again. Like, and just really, because a lot of things I just passed through, or, you know, like Mum and I drove through it on a road trip, but I feel like I could really
I would
target
love,
it.
and as far as Tennessee, we definitely have to get to Gatlinburg
Okay.
in the mountains. Pigeon Forge,
Mm-hmm.
home of the
Pigeons.
No. Dollywood.
Oh, you can go
Yes.
visit?
Yeah, it's a theme park.
Have you been?
I have when I was a child.
So we went to Dollar General.
Yes.
And Ashley stocked up on all the
Dolly's.
Dollywood.
Dolly
Dolly
Partons.
Parton, sorry.
Yeah, Dolly-
Pardon or Parton?
Dolly Parton.
Parton.
Just say
or
Parton.
Parton.
But I think
I
it's
can never tell if you're
P-A-R-T-O-N.
saying T or D because your T's sound like D's. Like I met this lady in Oklahoma and her name was Miss Hattie. So I like kept calling her Miss Hattie.
Yeah.
And then
Hat T.
Tiffany like wrote a text and said like Miss Hattie, and I'm like, Hattie? She said her name was Hattie, and she's like, yeah, Hattie. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
very confusing for me to understand that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Dolly Parton. Just say Parton.
Parton.
I think it's P-A-R-T-O-N.
Yeah.
Parton. But she is phenomenal because it's like, I mean, I know a little bit about her story growing up really, really, really poor in Tennessee.
Oh.
And with like a lot of brothers and sisters, I believe. And come in from nothing and stuff. And so she opened up her line, and I didn't even realize that it was in the Dollar General. And everything was, what, $2 for a spatula?
So cheap.
So cheap.
Like, if it was the poor Husker lady, whatever that was, God, what was her name? The Pioneer woman in
Paula
Oklahoma.
Deen. Who?
No, I can't remember her name. She's called the Pioneer Woman.
Oh, okay.
And she has a show on TV, and she's in Oklahoma.
Oh, she's the one that makes her, is she the one that does the dishes?
I think so.
She does
yes.
dishes. Yes. Okay.
But her stuff is so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like $50 for an apron or, like
ridiculous.
expensive. Whereas Dolly is really, like you
Mm-hmm.
said, she remembers her roots. And
yeah.
I love that.
I
gives
think,
back.
yeah, she really does. And I think that she also does something with children's books.
Oh.
Somehow some of these kids get books free subscription,
That's amazing.
Yeah, I
Go
know
Dolly.
she gives back. Yeah, Dolly has always, I feel like she is just an absolute legend. She has always been true to herself. She doesn't care what people think.
And she just seems so sweet.
I think she's so sweet. And, well, I haven't gotten the honor of it, but I know that my mom told me that is facts. She is very sweet.
Oh. Do name drop and tell that little story.
So my mother, her stage name was Christy Carter. Isn't that kind of cool?
How did she get that?
I mean, well, first of all,
obviously her name's Christine, so Christy makes sense.
Yeah, she hated the name Christine, but that's just her name.
So she goes by Chris, doesn't she?
She goes by Chris, but
just
a
call
lot
her
of them
Mama.
call her Christy.
Okay.
Yeah, so like all of my dad's side of the family, like they'll still call her Christy, and even like Raina, you got to meet Raina.
Oh, love Raina.
Yeah, and so she'll say Aunt Christy or whatever, you know. So Christy, and then it was like Christy McSwing, Christy blah, 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 blah. You know, her manager was like, we got to get something cutesy with it, you know, Christy Carter. And it is.
Love it,
It's
stage
lovely.
name.
A stage name. That was her stage name. And my mom is and was and a beautiful singer.
Beautiful. I love, my best part is when she'll make up a song.
Oh, I know. She just
Like-
start.
It was something to do with, you were cooking, and she just started singing something about basically whatever I would like talk, she would like make into a song or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. She beautiful singer. She actually got to open up for Dolly Parton.
That's incredible.
Yes. And she got to meet her. There is in one of her photo albums, there's mom decked out in this sparkly one-piece bell-bottomed outfit, get up, whatever you want to call it. It's like literally like a onesie.
Yeah.
A jumper, whatever you want to call them. It's like a one piece, but it's like it looked kind of like a red whatever Elvis used to wear when he sang.
Yes, that's what I'm picturing in my head now.
Because it was super sparkly everywhere. But anyways,
Did she have her own songs?
I think she did a lot of covers.
Did she have an album?
She had a few songs that belonged to her that she learned, but for the most part, her career, just was more of about doing covers and opening up. And so she opened up for not only Dolly, but she opened up for the absolute legend, George Jones.
Wow.
Yeah. And she also opened up for Hank Williams Jr.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
She was, she's a cool, and so that I know just by talking to her, not because I had the privilege of having the experience to meet Dolly, though I would love to. She said that just as she was then, she is just exceptionally beautiful and sweet.
Oh.
Yeah. And mom was like 16 years old.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Go, Mama.
I know.
Well, Ashley, it's a very sad moment, but we are out of time. I have thoroughly enjoyed our conversation.
Me too. And I'm so glad you're here.
Yes. Will you come back next week?
Yes, I will.
because my options are very low right now. So
Yes,
please.
I will come back next week.
Yeah, I'm excited to discuss what we do this week. So.
Yes.
And I will have completed my challenge.
Yeah, and then
My
we can
peanut
really
challenge.
talk about that because
Excited.
this is going to be really
I'm learning
exciting.
a lot. I'm going to make a
Yes.
video.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
Yes. Well, if you have any questions or feedback, please reach out to our Facebook page. Send us a voicemail. Links in the show notes.
Anything.
Rate and review us, as we always say, Ashley. I know. It's
No,
been
wait, I
too
got it.
long.
Wait. No,
Okay.
it has been a minute. But if you if it's not a 5-star, don't bother.
Yes.
Yes.
I could barely even remember myself. Thank you so much.
You're
And I
welcome.
look forward to new experiences here down south.
Yep.
Have a
and
great-
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Have a great week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.